I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother.
Hi guys, welcome to my parents' home. Happy Veterans Day. Come on in and meet my family. Hi guys.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing? Hello.
Hi, this is my dad, Gary, and my uncle, Randy. We're going to talk to you a little bit today about the United States military. So first of all, why don't you guys give us a brief introduction about yourselves?
Go ahead.
I think I will. My name is Randy Holt. As she said, this is my niece. I was in the United States Army. This is Sergeant First Class. Started in 1988, and I ended November 1st this year.
My name is Gary Holt. I was started in the Army in 1987, retired in 2007, so I spent 20 years in the Army. Retired as a Sergeant First Class, and then here we are, retired right here in the big state of Kansas, Galena, that is.
Okay, now we're going to discuss your specific branch and what duties you held while you were in that branch.
Okay, for me, I started in 1988 as an infantryman in the regular Army, which is just hand-to-hand combat and weaponry, and got out in 91, and then got in the Army National Guard in 1999 and became a vertical construction engineer. Which on that, what that means is that we build buildings from the ground up and also tear down. One of my missions recently was in Afghanistan, where we tore down FOBs, which is Forward Observation Base, which is where you'd be stationed at, one of the FOBs, while you're over in Afghanistan. And I was a platoon sergeant, so that was my position too.
Okay, well, I started my career in 1987. Went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Spent a couple of years there and left. Went to Korea. Had a time of my life there. Not really. It's not a place you want to visit. Left Korea, went to Fort Leonard Wood. There, that's where your teacher was born, is Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and her older sister. We left there and we went to Germany. That's when I started jumping out of airplanes. That was a blast. I enjoyed jumping out of airplanes, got paid to do it as well. We left there and went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, left North Carolina and came back to recruiting. And that's how we ended up back here. So that's the extent of my career was in 20 years, all that in 20 years, believe it or not. And your teacher was part of that.
Okay, now we're going to discuss the other branches of the military. There are lots of differences. Obviously, these two favor the United States Army, but the others are very honorable as well. So let's hear from them about those branches.
I'll tell you, you have the United States Marine Corps, which falls under the Department of the Navy. And they have a little bit of entity of everything that the Army has. They're a smaller population, but they still have your infantry, which is known as their recon. They all have their pilots, helicopter pilots, their medics, pretty much everything that we have, but in a smaller entity. Would you agree?
I agree totally.
Okay.
They are a smaller entity.
They are very small.
They ride with the Navy a lot.
But they do have a good publicist. That's why you see a lot of their commercials where it shows cool stuff. And that's why they're at the White House. They stand there.
Photo cropping.
They have a good publicist. They're good.
Okay, so what's the next branch you're going to discuss?
I'll talk a little bit about the Air Force. The Air Force is our high flyers. They're the ones who provide our air support for anything and everything that we do. Almost in the air. The Army still has the helicopters. The Marines have their helicopters as well. But or any jets or any other aircraft, airplanes. It's all Air Force. They provide support for as like any flights that we may go on deployments or wherever, they'll take us to them, or that's what I rode in when I jumped out of the airplanes. They'd fly us and then we'd jump out and they'd go back home and snack on their big snackies at the big PX. All right, so the Air Force is our main air people. They provide all our air support for everything that we have going on. So, fly high.
I agree.
Appreciate it.
They have a better chow hall, but of course
Their
it's
food
not
is.
called chow hall, it's cafeteria
Yeah.
in the Air Force.
Better life,
And they get to wear their hair like mine is right now
hippie style.
in the Air Force.
Okay, you want to talk about the Navy?
Let's both talk about the Navy.
Shall we?
Let's do that we shall. The Navy, they're the ones that will take the Marines at a lot of places they need to be. They'll transport them on the ships. They have like the carrier, which is its own big city. You can run into one person and not see them for 3 months on that boat because it's so big. They
They
eat
don't
good
like it to
unless,
be called boats. They like them ships.
yeah, they're big ships.
There you go.
They eat real good unless the Army's on it, then they start serving not so good food. And that's the truth. What do you got to say? But the Navy is good and we all need the Navy. They can fight air to ground or ground to ground. They can do
Sea.
whatever they want. Sea
There you go. They don't have no land on
to ground.
the Navy because the ships don't move that well
They can help out the ground pounders like the infantry or whoever
from long
from the
distance.
sea. They can take out North Korea if they wanted to.
But we won't do that right now. That
'Cause
would
that's
be
not-
politically incorrect.
At this moment in time.
There you go.
Okay, and
Wait a minute. One other thing about the Navy is they are packed like sardines. That's why their bunks are like when they sleep. It's like the next guy is right here, a foot above you. So if you like closeness, the Navy is for you.
And if you ever hear, I gotta go to the head, even the most Navy don't even know how that came about. The head is the latrine, what we call the latrine, which is the bathroom
Or the toilet.
or the toilet. But the reason they call it the head is because it used to be at the head of the ship. That's why it's called, I gotta go to the head. So even you Navy folks, now you know your history.
fun fact of the day. All right, we have one more sort of branch, correct?
Sort of.
It's a branch.
It's a branch. It's the Coast Guard. They are not a part of the Department of Defense. They are considered part of the Department of Transportation. What they do is they provide water support locally within the United States. Their main function is to provide protection along the United States borders. So they are fall under the the Department of Transportation. So they're like a smaller Navy branch, but they run around a little bitty tugboats.
Yeah, and they have cool helicopters. But
They
they
are a
also,
rescue team.
they do search and rescue for those rich people that you see on TV in their yachts, and they're out there and a hurricane comes in, Coast Guard comes and helps rescue them before their boat sinks, or their yacht, I should say,
They're yacht.
their yacht. But they're a pretty cool outfit. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, I mean, we both agree, I know, that without each of the branches, the United States wouldn't be as successful as we are in any of the conflicts that we have. So each one provides a different support for our military, so we appreciate all of them. I know that we've been joking around with them, but we do appreciate what they do provide for the military, for our branch as well as the others. So, but I know a lot of parents and grandparents and uncles or other family members, friends, you may have someone else that's in one of those other branches. And like I said, we all consider ourselves brothers, just being in the military, so.
Okay, to conclude, we are going to try a cadence out. I need you guys to help me out. Dad, tell us, first of all, what a cadence is and what it is used for.
The cadences were as a way that we use to get us into move us from point A to point B in a uniform manner, and just keep us in step. And all we do is we have the guy leading the cadence, and then everyone else repeats what they say right after that. So Randy's going to start us off, and we're just going to repeat what he says. So you guys just join along with your teacher and I as we're just going to go through this cadence real quick. Each branch uses it to get around, so it's not branch particular or specific.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right, so hang in there and try it out. If you don't make it through, the Air Force is recruiting. Just kidding. All right, here we go. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea.
There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole at the bottom of the sea.
There's a log in the hole of the bottom of the sea.
There's a log in the hole in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a frog on the log in the hole of the bottom of the sea.
There's a frog in the log in the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a nose on the frog in the log in the hole in the hole of the bottom of the sea.
There's a nose on the frog and the frog in the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a wart on the nose of the frog in the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a wart on the nose of the frog in the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a hair on the wart of the nose of the frog in the log in the hole of the bottom of the sea.
There's a hair on the wart on the nose on the frog in the
log in the
hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a hair. Okay, we did the hair,
We
right?
did there.
There's a flea on the hair of the wart of the nose of the frog in the log in the hole of the bottom of the sea.
There's a flea on the hair on the nose on the frog on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a wing on the flea of the hair of the wart of the nose of the frog in the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a wing on the flea on the hair on the wart on the nose on the frog and the frog on the log on the hole in the bottom of the
So
sea.
this is the final and finale of it all. There's a spot on the wing of the flea of the hair of the wart of the nose of the frog in the log of the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a spot on the wing of the flea on the hair of the wart on the frog and the frog in the log in the bottom of the sea. Oh, we forgot the hole in the bottom.
They forgot all about the
And the
hole.
nose.
This is hard to do. You got the wart on the nose. All right, have fun with it, kids. Hope you all have fun, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.